So there's this list of vehicles that's being spread around on various websites like the GTA forums and Facebook communities, talking about the cars that are going to be added in the Nightclub DLC, the next Grand Theft Auto Online update. And I want to talk about this list, its validity, and also some of the vehicles that are on it as well. Now, a lot of the vehicles we're going to be talking about on this list have not been confirmed by Rockstar. Only a handful have. So it is kind of hard to tell the legitimacy of this. Apparently, this is just a wish list done by GTA Expert. And typically, I would write that off as just a wish list. But we've seen in the past GTA Expert actually get photos early of the content that's going to be coming out. Like, do you remember the Vizion in Smuggler's Run? He had that screenshot like 4 days before Rockstar published it. So I think it's an interesting list, and it's definitely one I'd like to talk about. So let's dive into it, and let's get it started. As you guys can see here at the number 1 spot, that is the Patriot Stretch, which has been confirmed by the guest list rewards. We know the Mammoth Patriot Stretch or the Hummer Limousine is going to be added into the game, and it's obviously going to be a very, very cool vehicle. Now, how it's going to be stored, I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to be stored in the facility or a different type of warehouse or something else. Regardless, this is going to be an awesome vehicle. After that, it's a Karen sports car, aka the Toyota GT86, which I'm sure many of you guys who are fans of the tuner style vehicles would be a huge fan of this car. I feel like it would have a lot of unique customization, lots of cool upgrade options on there. And this would certainly be nice to get a Karen sports car. So that would be that right there. That would be the Karen GT86. I'm not sure what Rockstar would call it in game. Regardless, still sounds pretty cool. After that, it is the Gauntlet Custom, or a sports car, which is the Dodge Challenger Hellcat SRT. So we've seen mods of this created before. I think this would be one of the most highly requested vehicles that could get redone, because we already have the Gauntlet in game, so just getting a sport or a custom version would be pretty awesome. The Hellcat in real life is also like one of the fastest cars of all time. It's a muscle car that literally is like competing with supercars. It's that fast. It's a crazy vehicle. Number 4 would be a Benefactor Coupe, aka the Mercedes-Benz SLR Mclaren. This vehicle is absolutely stunning. It is incredibly fast. It's probably one of Mercedes-Benz's fastest vehicles that they've produced. And this would be a really cool car. I love the signature style doors on this car, how they open up, the really sleek design of the vehicle itself too. This would be nice. We haven't had a Benefactor vehicle, at least like a sportier Benefactor vehicle, in a long, long time. So seeing a vehicle like that added would be super cool. The next two I'm not totally thrilled about. The first one is the P-Fister Sports Classic, aka the Porsche 904 GTS. Again, we've had a lot of Fister vehicles added into the game recently, and there's nothing wrong with Porsche vehicles. We've just gotten a lot of them. So I'd kind of like to see Rockstar go in a different direction. Same with the 6th vehicle on the list today, the Fister Sports Classic, aka the Porsche Speedster. So although those would be two really cool sports classic cars, again, I think the Fister brand has been a little bit overdone recently. I'd like to see them take a break and maybe focus on some of the other lesser used or lesser known brands in the GTA series. The number 7 spot today, that is the Ocelots Winger. So the Ocelots Winger, like the Patriot Stretch, has been confirmed by Rockstar on their newswire, and we know that that is going to be the Jaguar E-Type. So I'm very excited about this one. It's getting its own exclusive livery for Queen and Country. This is going to be an awesome vehicle. I should have mentioned earlier the Patriot Stretch. It has its own custom liveries too. So those two vehicles, since they've been confirmed, we know they've got their own custom liveries that are going to be added as well. After that, it's the BF Club, aka the Volkswagen Golf MK1. So we've actually talked about this very briefly. I think I was slightly incorrect. I think when I said this was a leaked vehicle earlier, I think it was just people talking about how it would be almost a perfect fit for GTA 5. But this is one of those brands I was talking about that would be a nice addition to the game. We haven't gotten a BF vehicle in a while, and the ones we have just been weaponized versions of like the Dune Buggy that were added in gun running. So we haven't had a new one in a long, long time. I think the BF Club would be a really cool addition to the game. Certainly a vehicle that I know I would enjoy driving around. After that, we've got the Terabyte at the number 9 spot. Now, they are saying that that's going to be the Shotaro Kaneda's bike, which certainly would be cool. I don't know if the Terabyte's going to be an electric supercar, a sports car, if it's going to be a hyper bike like that. Regardless, it sounds like it's going to be one of the fastest vehicles in the game. Certainly going to be very modern and electric. So that's going to be pretty cool. I know a lot of people are looking forward to the Terabyte and obviously trying to figure out what that vehicle is going to be like. After that, it is the Declasse Vidro Custom, aka a 1969 Chevy Camaro SS. So like the Gauntlet Custom, I feel like this is one of the handful of muscle cars that would be an awesome remake. And obviously this one being a late 60s Camaro would be an amazing addition to the game. So it would be cool. The Vidro and the Gauntlet are not on the list though of vehicles FunMW2 has found that Rockstar are going to be doing something with. Whether they just add them to websites or add them to Bennies to upgrade them, I'm not sure. But the Vidro and the Gauntlet are not on that list. After that, it's the Anus Stafford. This has been confirmed. We know that from the leak. This is going to be the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. That's going to be a really cool car. It has its own unique exclusive livery called O and Nus. Following that, it's an Albany muscle car, aka the 1959 Cadillac station wagon. And the only significant car I know that's a late Cadillac station wagon would be the Ghostbusters wagon. So that would actually be kind of cool. And we know this update is probably going to extend close to Halloween. So this might actually be a Halloween vehicle if indeed that is the case. Number 13 spot today, the Truffade 4-door coupe, aka the Bugatti Galiber. So this would certainly be unique. Typically when you think of Truffade or Bugatti vehicles, you're thinking of, supercars and hypercars. I'm not so sure you would typically think about this. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with this. It's essentially just a 4-door Bugatti, but it almost seems a little awkward. It's kind of like Porsche's 4-door car, the Panamera. There's nothing wrong with it. It just seems like a little awkward in my opinion. So could Rockstar add a 4-door supercar into the game? If they are, this might be the vehicle in which they do that with. After that, back to back at number 14 and 15, it's 2 Albany Sports Classic cars, the Hydra Schmidt Coupe and the Studebaker Starlight Coupe. So these 2 cars would be pretty cool. Again, Albany is one of those brands that doesn't get a ton of love in the GTA series, so it would be nice to see a vehicle or two from that brand. And obviously those 2 cars are really cool. I'd like to see them added into the game. What I'm seeing so far is a lot of sports classics. I don't know if that's the theme Rockstar is going to continue with in this update, but it certainly is kind of getting that vibe out of the cars we've seen so far. Number 16, a Grotti Sports Classic, aka the Ferrari 308 GTS. One of the most fantastic Ferraris ever built. The 308 would be an amazing addition to Grand Theft Auto Online. The only thing, though, is we do have a lot of Grotti vehicles in the game. Ferrari is, of course, very popular. And again, another sports classic. It seems to be the underlying theme here is lots of sports classic cars apparently on this list. After that, number 17, Pegassi Supercar, aka the Lamborghini Egoista. So again, we have lots of Lamborghini vehicles in the game, and the Egoista, again, another hypercar concept. We know how much Rockstar love these concepts, so it would not be shocking at all if this car was added. This is a pretty unique design. I think it's like a one-seater where the person is in the center. It's one of the weirdest looking cars in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the design, but it would certainly fill that void of crazy hypercar desire that Rockstar seems to want to add in every update going forward now. So that would be another cool vehicle if they were to add that. The number 18 spot today, another Ocelot sports car, the Lionheart K. So again, a really cool vehicle right here. Rockstar seemed to be a fan of Jaguar cars, and the Lionheart K is sort of like a concept vehicle. I don't ever think it's gone fully into production, but it's a unique looking car, that's for sure. Only problem with this is I think it looks similar to the Swinger, almost sort of like a modern version of it. So I'm not sure why Rockstar would have 2 cars that are so similar to each other. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. After that, it's another BF Sports Classic, aka the Volkswagen Coyote X. So this would actually be pretty cool to get multiple Volkswagen vehicles in this update. I'm not sure how many people would like this vehicle, but this is one of Volkswagen's like first crazy attempts at like a hypercar or a supercar. It kind of looks really wacky in my opinion. I don't know if it would work well for GT Online or if it would just work, you know, absolutely terribly. But at the end of the day, it's a funky looking car. And we know how much Rockstar likes to add funky looking cars into the game. Finishing up our list at the number 20 spot, we've got the Vapid Speedo Custom, which we know has been confirmed, although this list is making it a super classic 1940s Chevy, which I don't think makes sense. And then 3 extras, a new chopper. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this. The Aero Pastale 342, the Mayabatsu Mule, and the MTL Pounder Custom. So again, some of these have been confirmed, some of them have not been, and most likely this is just a wish list. Would it surprise me if some of those vehicles were added into this update? Absolutely not. The reason I think this is so interesting though is because it is coming from GTA Expert, who once again has had like content coming from updates early. So it is a little bit interesting to me, and it will be interesting if any of these vehicles happen to pop up in the update once it does eventually come out. So this is something I'm going to be monitoring. I definitely think it's an interesting list. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know if you think any of these vehicles on this list that have not been confirmed are going to be added in the update. And if so, which one would you like to see the most? I think that Benefactor SLR McLaren would be amazing. So I think that's the one I'm probably the most hyped for, if again, that is legit. But like I said, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.